So in the last class, we completed trigonometry, isn't it? And few applications of trigonometry are there in all the chapters. Okay, few things are deleted, but although the few things are deleted, I'll explain that things because you need when you go for the entrance exam and all. Okay, in after 11th and 12th, if you are writing for any entrance exam and all, JEE and all, these questions will be based on the angles are all very important. That's what I'm repeatedly saying this. Trigonometry is a very important chapter. If you're thorough with the concepts of trigonometry, this entrance oriented exams and all you can do easy. Okay, so now today what we are going to do is we are going to represent a complex number in polar form. We are going to represent a complex number in polar form. Okay, so write the heading. So this is again application of trigonometry. We are going to relate trigonometry in complex numbers. Okay, write the heading: argand plane and polar representation of a complex number. Argand plane and polar representation of a complex number. Argand plane and polar representation of a complex number. Now, suppose you are given a point 2, 5. Suppose you are given a point 2, 5. How will you represent this value? How will you represent 2, 5? So, you use two mutually perpendicular axes, x, x dash, y, y dash, isn't it? Along x-axis, we will take 2 units. Along x, we will take 2 units. Y, we will take 5, isn't it? And then we will plot the point. So, this is 2, 5. Suppose you are given 3, minus 2. How will you plot it? 3, minus 2. Will you plot 3, minus 2? X, along x we will take 3 and y we will take minus 1, minus 2. So this is the point 3, minus 2, isn't it? This is how what we have learned how to locate an ordered pair in a Cartesian plane. Okay, this is how what we have learned how to locate an ordered pair in Cartesian plane. Cartesian plane means we take two mutually perpendicular axes, x-axis and y-axis, 2 dimensions. Okay, for every point you can locate it. If you take any point, you can locate there is a point in the xy plane. If you are given an ordered pair minus 10, 0, accordingly you can take minus 10. X value is minus 10 and y value is 0. So minus 10, 0 is a point on x-axis. Okay, so whenever you are given a point, accordingly you can locate a point on the graph in the xy plane. So now what we are going to learn, how to represent a complex number, how to locate a complex number in a plane. That plane we call it as Argand plane, A-R-G-A-N-D, Argand plane. Okay, we call that plane as Argand plane. Representing a complex number in a two-dimensional plane, we call it as Argand plane. So in Argand plane, what you are going to do, suppose you are given a complex number. What is the general form of a complex number? What's the general form of a complex number?
A plus IB.
Very good. It is A plus IB. So, okay, so 2 plus 3i or 2 minus 5i. So, these are all some complex numbers. So, every complex number we can write it in the form of ordered pair AB. Suppose 2 plus 3i means we can write this as 2, 3, where 2 is the real part, 3 is the imaginary part. If I take 2 minus 5i, it is 2, minus 5, where 2 is the real part and minus 5 is the imaginary part. Suppose I'm suppose you are given the complex number 3i. So real part is 0 and imaginary part is 3. Real part is 0 and imaginary
Ma'am,
part is, yes.
ma'am, can you tell the heading, ma'am?
Representation of complex number in Argand plane. Representation of complex number in Argand plane. So for every complex number, to every complex number, we can assign a point in Argand plane. So in Argand plane, what we will do, we will be taking two axes, okay? Two axes, instead of x-axis, what we call this as real axis. This is the real, and y we will be taking as imaginary. real and imaginary. Suppose I want to locate a point 4 comma 2, 4 plus 2i. Okay, 4 plus 2i. Consider the complex number 4 plus 2i. So the real part is 4, imaginary part is 2. Real part is 4 and imaginary part is 2. So you mark 4 parts here. Real part is 4, imaginary part is 2. So this is the point 4 plus 2i. 4 plus 2i. Real part is 4 and imaginary part is 2. Suppose you are given a number 5 minus 3i. Then what you will do? Real part is 5 and imaginary part is minus 3. 5 minus 3i. As an ordered pair, we can write this as 5 comma minus 3. So real part is 5 and imaginary part is 3. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So these two will meet at a point. So this is the point 5 comma minus 3. So this is the point 5 comma minus 3. Is it okay, children? Up to this, is it okay? How to represent a complex number in a plane? That plane we call it as Argand plane. Now listen. Now listen, children. O be the origin. Now look at this. Okay, suppose this is the point P. O is the origin and we know that O is denoted by 0, 0 and the point P is 4, 2. Now can you find out the distance OP? Can you find out the distance OP? Find the distance OP. What is distance OP? x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. So it is 16 plus 4 which is root 20. So OP is root 20. OP is root 20. Is it clear? So this length only we call it as modulus. This length we call it as modulus of a complex number. Magnitude. So generalizing this, okay, generalizing this, what you can do, suppose you are given two axes x and y. X axis, along the x axis we will take real values and here we will be taking imaginary values. Let O be the origin. Suppose z is equal to x plus iy be the complex number. Z plus xy be the complex number. So this is the point x comma y. Let p of x comma y. P of x comma y. So this is given by the distance root of x square plus y square. The length OP. Okay. So OP is denoted as modulus of z, which is equal to root of x square plus y square. And the angle with which it makes is called theta. Is theta. So this length is x, this length is y. Therefore, what is tan theta? What is tan theta? Opposite by adjacent. Tan theta is opposite by adjacent. Tan theta is y by x. So this theta, this angle theta, we call it as argument. Okay, theta is called the argument. So the polar form of a complex number is given by. So once you find theta and r, what is r? R is the modulus. This value, this distance modulus, we denote it as r, and theta is the argument. Once you find r and theta, the polar form of a complex number is given by z is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta. The polar form of a complex number is given by z is equal to root of, z is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta. What is r? R is root of x square plus y square and theta is tan inverse of y by x and theta is tan inverse of y by x. Okay. So the polar form of the number is given by z is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta. Z is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta. What is r? Root of x square plus y square. And what is theta? Tan inverse of y by x. And theta is given by tan inverse of y by x. That day we learned in trigonometry, the principal values always lies from 0 to 2 pi, isn't it? We used one full first rotation, one full complete rotation only will be representing the principal value. Principal value means its value varies from 0 to 2 pi. But for a complex number, when we take the principal arguments, listen children, note this one. For a complex number, when you take the argument, principal argument, it will be varying from minus pi to pi. Note down. Okay, in trigonometry, we used to say the principal solution means it is from 0 to 2 pi. But for a complex number, we take it as minus pi to pi. It is from minus pi to pi. The principal argument lies between, okay, lies from minus pi to pi. Okay. So before solving the problems, the main thing you have to know is, okay, we know that when you draw the, when you divide the angle, it is divided into 4 quadrants. So the first one, second one, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. In first quadrant, we will be taking as theta. First quadrant, it is theta. Okay, and here it is pi minus theta. Okay, there what we wrote? Pi plus theta we wrote, isn't it? Here it is minus of pi minus theta. Minus of pi minus theta. This is minus theta. Theta minus theta, pi minus theta, minus of pi minus theta. Okay, like in coordinate geometry, here if you take a complex number, both the real part and imaginary part are positive in the first quadrant. Both the real part and imaginary part are positive. In second quadrant, real part is negative, imaginary part is positive. Yes or no? In second quadrant, this side x value is negative and y value is positive. So if you take second quadrant, the complex number takes the form minus comma plus. Look at the third quadrant. Real part is also negative, imaginary part is also negative. Can you tell me what in the fourth quadrant, what will be the answer? What about the sign? In fourth quadrant, what is the sign of the real part and what will be the sign of the imaginary part? This is origin, isn't it? So this side and this one. So in fourth quadrant,
real side positive and imaginary part negative.
So it is plus minus, isn't it? So if you take the first quadrant, both the real part and imaginary part are positive. In the second quadrant, real part is negative, imaginary part is positive. In the third quadrant, both are negative, and in the fourth quadrant, it is plus comma minus, positive comma negative. Okay? Is it okay, children? Up to this, is it okay? What is the polar form? Polar form of a complex number is given by Atul.
Z is equal to R into cos theta plus I sin theta.
Z is equal to R into cos theta plus I sin theta. What is R? Root of, if the complex number is given by Z is equal to A plus IB. If Z is A plus IB, R is root of A square plus B square. R is root of A square plus B square. And what is theta? Tan theta is equal to imaginary part by real part. Tan theta is, look at there what we wrote. If it is B by A or Y by X. If Z is A plus IB, it is B by A. If Z is X plus IY, Y by X. Imaginary part by real part. Okay, when we do the problem, we'll be able to understand this one. Write the question. Represent the number minus 1. Represent the number minus 1 minus I root 3 in the polar form. Represent the number minus 1 minus I root 3 in the polar form. Represent the number minus 1 minus I root 3 in the polar form. So first you compare it. Z is equal to A plus IB. Equate it and write down what is A and what is B. A is minus 1, B is minus root 3. A is minus 1, B is minus root 3. Next you find out what is theta. Well, before that you find what is R. What is R? Root of A square plus B square. R is root of A square plus B square. So which is minus 1 the whole square plus minus root 3 the whole square. Minus 1 square plus minus root 3 the whole square. So which is 1 plus 3, which is root 4. Root 4 is 2. So R is equal to 2. R is equal to 2. A is equal to minus 1, B is equal to minus root 3. So what is R? Root of A square plus B square. So minus 1 square plus minus root 3 the square. So we'll get R is. Next we want to find theta. Okay, now listen, before doing this theta, what is the polar form we learned? Z is equal to R into cos theta plus I sin theta, isn't it? When you open the bracket, you will get cos theta plus IR sin theta. And you compare it with the real part and imaginary part, A plus IB. Okay, so when you compare it, A by R is equal to cos theta. A is equal to R cos theta. Therefore, A by R is cos theta and B by R is equal to sin theta. A by R is cos theta and B by R is equal to sin theta. So, R is there. So, next I am going to find out cos theta. What is cos theta? It is A by R. Cos theta is A by R. What is A? It's minus 1 by 2. This minus 1 by 2. What is sin theta? It is B by R. What is the value of B? Minus root 3 by 2. Is it clear, children? A is minus 1 by 2. A by cos theta is minus 1 by 2. Sin theta is minus root 3 by 2. So once you find this, you look at the quadrant we have learned. All silver teacups. Look at here. Here both sin and cos, both are negative. Both are negative. That means in which quadrant? Sin is negative, cos is also negative. Both are negative, isn't it? So here all are positive. Here it is sin, third one tan, only positive, fourth one cos is positive. And here, what is the angle we are going to take? Theta, pi minus theta, minus of pi minus theta, and it is minus theta. So in which quadrant you will select? Which quadrant you will select, children? Yes, it is of, okay, in which quadrant you will select? Look at here, cos theta and sin theta, both are negative, means which one? Third one. There, what is the angle? Minus of pi minus theta. So first you fix theta. What is theta? For cos, which value you will get 1 by 2? Or you take sin. Sin of dash is root 3 by 2. Yes, louder, Punya?
Pi by 3.
Pi by 3. So theta is pi by 3. Therefore, what is the argument here? So this theta means I am first fixing this argument. Okay, fixing this theta. So angle is pi by 3. So what will be the? Okay, if you want, don't write this as theta. You write this cos theta. Cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2. And sin pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. Once you fix this, what is theta? Theta is minus of pi minus pi by 3. Minus of pi minus theta. So it is 3 pi minus pi, it is 2 pi by 3. So theta is minus 2 pi by 3. Theta is minus 2 pi by 3. Do you understand, children? Did you understand? Gayatri?
Yes, ma'am.
So Once you find the theta, you can apply in the polar form. What is the polar form? Z is equal to R into cos theta plus I sin theta. What is R? It is 2. 2 into cos of minus 2 pi by 3 plus I sin minus 2 pi by 3. It is 2 into cos of minus 2 pi by 3 plus I sin minus 2 pi by 3. Okay. Write the next one. Right. Convert minus 1 plus I in polar form. Convert minus 1 plus I in polar form. So first thing what you have to do, you name this as Z. Z is equal to A plus IB. So compare it and write down what is A. A is minus 1 and B is 1. Z is equal to A plus IB. Z is minus 1 plus I. So A is minus 1 and B is 1. So once you get A and B, you find out what is R. What is R? Root of A square plus B square. So which is root of minus 1 square plus 1 squared, which is root 2. R is root 2. Then after writing R, you write down cos theta and sin theta. What is the formula we have learned for cos theta? Cos theta is A by R, isn't it? Sin theta is B by R. What is A? Minus 1 by root 2. Sin theta is 1 by root 2. Now look at here. Cos is negative. Cos is negative and sin is positive. So which quadrant it is possible? Cos is negative and sin is positive. So which quadrant, children? Cos is negative and sin is positive. Achud, in which quadrant you will get?
Ma'am, second.
Yes, very good. In second quadrant. In second quadrant, what is the angle? This is theta. This is pi minus theta. This is minus of pi minus theta and minus theta, isn't it? So pi minus theta on cos of which angle we will get minus 1 by root 2. So first you find out for cos of which value is. So cos 45 is 1 by root 2, isn't it? Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Sin 45 is also 1 by root 2. Okay, don't look at the sign. Once you fix the initial value, once you fix the angle, then we can apply. So what is theta? Theta is pi minus pi by 4, which is 3 pi by 4. Pi minus pi by 4, which is 3 pi by 4. So once you fix r and theta, apply in the formula. What is the formula? Z is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta. What is the value of r? R is root 2 into cos 3 pi by 4 plus I sin 3 pi by 4. Cos 3 pi by 4 plus I sin 3 pi by 4. Is it okay? It is root 2 into cos 3 pi by 4 plus I sin 3 pi by 4. Okay? Is it okay, Ashwin?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll give another one. Let's try one more question. So next one, you have, okay, next question, you have to give the steps. Okay? Write down the question. 1 minus I. 1 minus I. Try this one. 1 minus I. Z is 1 minus I. Do this one and tell me the answer. So once you have given a complex number, first write down what is A and B. Compare it with the general form. A plus IB. Compare it with the general form. So what is R? What is the value of R? Dia.
Root 2.
R is root 2. Okay. After finding R, what is the next thing we have to find?
Sine and cos.
Sine and cos. So cos theta is A by R, isn't it? And sine theta is B by R. So what is the value of A here? A is 1, B is minus 1. So 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2. I think similar to the previous one only I get, isn't it? Look at here, cos is positive, sine is negative. So which quadrant? Cos is positive.
Fourth.
Fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, will you take the angle? Aditya? In fourth quadrant, the angle takes
Minus
the form?
theta.
Minus theta. So first you fix here from what is the value. For which value of angle, you will get 1 by root 2. This pi by 4, isn't it? Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. So what is theta? This minus theta. So this minus pi by 4. We'll be taking this as minus pi by 4. Is it correct, Dia? Are you getting this answer, Dia?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the polar form? Sania? Polar form is? What's the polar form? Sania? What about the polar form? Cos pi by 4 plus minus I sine pi by 4. Is it okay? Is it clear, children? How to represent, how to convert a complex number in polar form. So what is the polar form of a number, Michael? Polar form is given by? Michael? Okay, Atul. Polar form is given by?
Z is equal to R into cos theta plus I sin theta.
Okay. So to represent, to convert a complex number in polar form, we need two things, R and theta. R we call it as modulus and it is given by root of a square plus b square. R is called the modulus, and theta we call it as argument and it is given by tan theta is equal to b by a. It is given by tan theta is equal to b by a. So we want to find theta. Okay, based on finding theta, it is difficult. That's what we are converting that into sine and cos and we are looking. This is the easy way. Okay, we take the principal value. Okay, Sanya. Okay. So principal argument of a complex number will lie between minus pi to pi. Although we are saying for a trigonometric function, the principal values lies from 0 to 2 pi. Here, for a complex number, we take it from minus pi to pi. Is it okay? Is the conversion clear, children? Now, right, do one more question. With that one, this model we can stop. Right on. Represent 1 plus I root 3. Represents 1 plus I root 3 in polar form. Represents 1 plus I root 3 in polar form. Represent 1 plus I root 3 in polar form. So compare it general form and find out what is R, what is theta. Compare it with the general form and find out what is R and what is theta. What is the value of R? Punya?
2, ma'am.
2. Okay. Nandana, can you give the value of theta?
Pi by 3.
Which is pi by 3. So what is the polar form? Achyut. Polar form is?
2
Hmm.
into cos pi by 3
Hmm.
plus I sin pi by 3.
Plus I sin pi by 3. 2 into cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3. Is it okay? Now next one is in straight lines. In straight lines, one small application is there. Can you give the application where while giving this formula I said we'll do problems based on this. Yes, Punya, what's the form?
Normal form.
Normal form in straight lines. Okay, write down. Equation of straight line in normal form is? Equation of the straight line in normal form is? What is the form we have learned? x cos omega plus y sin omega is equal to P. X cos omega plus y sin omega is equal to P. But what is omega? Omega is the angle made by the line with the x-axis, and P is the length of the perpendicular from the origin. And P is the length of the perpendicular from the origin. Okay. So here, what they will do is, they'll be giving an equation in standard form, and they will be asked to find out what is P, what is omega, and so on. The equation of the straight line in normal form is x cos omega plus y sin omega is equal to P. Will be given an equation in standard form, general form. General form of equation of line is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Linear equation. Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So we have to compare this, and from this you can find out what is omega and what is P. Okay, 1 or 2 questions only are there in this method. Write the first one. Reduce the equation into normal form. Reduce the equation into normal form and find the perpendicular distance from the origin. And find the perpendicular distance from the origin. And find the perpendicular distance from the origin. Under that first one, x minus root 3y plus 8 is equal to 0. X minus root 3y plus 8 is equal to 0. So the first thing is, first you have to take plus 8 to other side, will get minus 8. Plus 8, take the constant term to other side. So what is the form we want here? X cos theta plus y sin theta is equal to P. What is P? P is the distance. So distance should be always positive. Distance is always positive. But here, look at here, it is minus. So minus will not be allowed. So what you do? You multiply throughout by minus. Why we are multiplying by minus? Is it clear, children? Distance should be positive. To make it positive, you first multiply by minus. So you will get minus x plus root 3y is equal to 8. So this is the standard form you are having here. Ax plus by. Okay, you are taking the constant term to other side. So next step, you divide throughout by root of a square plus b square. A square plus b square. In the straight line, okay, equation of the straight line is ax plus by plus c is 0. From here, when you compare it, a is 1, b is minus root 3. Compare it with the standard form. A is 1, b is root 3. So, what is root of a square plus b square? It is 1 plus 4, which is 2. Second, when you divide it by 2, minus 1 by 2x plus root 3 by y is equal to 8. Is it clear, children? Are you able to understand? We are dividing it by root of a square plus b square. So, you get minus 1 by 2x plus root 3 by y is equal to 8. So, x cos omega plus y sin omega is equal to P. So, compare it. So, when you compare this, you will get cos omega is minus 1 by 2 and sin omega is root 3 by 2. Cos omega is minus 1 by 2 and sin omega is root 3 by 2. So, here we will take the principal value, children. Okay, we will be taking the principal value 0 to 2 pi, not the complex number where you are taking minus pi to pi. Here we take 0 to pi. Now look at here, cos is negative, sin is positive. So which quadrant? In which quadrant you will get? Cos is negative and sin is positive. So in which quadrant you will get this value?
Second.
In seconds. So sin of which value you will get root 3 by 2? Sin 60, isn't it? It is root 3 by 2. So in second quadrant it takes the form pi minus theta. Second quadrant it takes the form pi minus theta. So we can take this omega as pi minus pi by 3. So it is 2 pi by 3. Omega is 2 pi by 3. So once you get omega, you can write the standard form. What is the standard form? X cos 2 pi by 3, normal form. Okay. Y sin 2 pi by 3 is equal to 8. X cos 2 pi by 3 plus y sin 2 pi by 3 is equal to 8. Is it okay, children? Is it okay? You have finding the principal value. Okay. So one more period we have. That time we will be doing one more question in this model, and we will be learning its applications of trigonometry. Okay. In derivatives, we learned the formulas, but we didn't learn the proof of derivatives. That one we will be learning in the next period.
Ma'am, can you show the previous slide?
Is it okay,
Okay,
Sam?
ma'am.
Okay. Okay, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So end the session now. Thank you.